From wood yesterday to ass today, Navas. Welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Whatever time of day you're watching this, hope you're having a wonderful day. And welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest transfer news. In today's video, we'll be talking about a keeper, hint, hint. We've also got striker talks to update you guys on. But before we do all that, guys, the growth on this channel is literally blowing our mind. We want to thank you so much. I want to thank the new members, the members that have renewed. We've got some members coming up to 6 months. It's just crazy. So thank you all so much for your love and support on the channel. But did you know that nearly 45% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel? So if you are enjoying all the Nottingham Forest content, please don't forget to firstly hit that like button. And if you are new, if you are part of that 45 percentile, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to support us by being a member, it is only 99p. We have another member stream tomorrow with a very special guest. We had the backstage pass to Grumpy Old Reds yesterday. I hope you members enjoyed the craziness that happened last night. But thank you all. But let's get on with the video. Keylor Navas, PSG goalkeeper extraordinaire, has been completely pushed into second position over the last year and a half or so by Rumours. And there is talks that PSG may be willing to let him go if the price is right. However, Forest are now linked with him along with Boring Mouth. I can't wait for Saturday. I really hope we win after me cussing them down so much. But anyway, that's for later on in the week. And also to the Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr, where Ronaldo resides. So he may actually think of being linked back up with his old buddy there. Now, is this a deal that can happen, or what's the story behind it? Well, obviously with Hendo now reported out for not 4 weeks, it's grown by another 2 weeks. So probably till around the end of February, Forest are looking for a replacement in there. The thing is, Navas isn't one who would leave PSG as second choice to come to Nottingham Forest to be second choice. It just doesn't make sense in terms of the move. Now, it's nothing against our club. You know, I think we're the greatest club in the world. It's the fact that his move for him would need to be to become the #1 goalkeeper at whatever club he's going to. So do I see this having legs? It may be a short-term fix where we may look at a loan deal because he still is under contract for PSG for another 18 months. So there will be a fee attached if we went for a buy rather than a loan. Now, what is Navas's value? It varies. Some are saying 5 million, some are saying 8 to 9 million. It's somewhere in and around that range. And for a goalkeeper, that's not too bad. But you've also got to consider his age. He's around 36 years old at the moment. So coming to the twilight of his career. Is he a good keeper? Yes, he is. But is he right for Forest? I'm not so convinced. I don't know if he would come because of the whole second goalkeeper issue. So for me, as lovely as it is to be linked to these, big named players, and as someone said yesterday in the members stream, he's a walkout in FIFA. He's got to be good. Well, yeah, that is in itself true, but there are certain players, for you FIFA players, as you all know, who are walkouts. They're absolutely crap. But joking aside, he would be good for us, but I just don't see the demographics fitting because of the issue of him wanting to be a #1. But would you take him at Forest? For me, he's actually the best keeper I've seen us linked to. And I would definitely take him. But then does he fall out with Hendo in terms of who becomes #1? Because he could come in and challenge for that first spot. Now, is that a bad thing? Probably not. It's really good to have competition in places. But the problem with keeper competition is once a keeper gets established, maybe goes for a run of 4 or 5 matches and establishes that #1 position, it's very hard to pry them out. And it becomes very frustrating for the #2. So unless you're like a Hennessy who came in understanding he was a #2, this one could get awkward if it were to happen. But my gut feeling says he's going to end up at Al Nassr in Saudi because the money will be good. He'll be number one choice and he'll be reunited with Ronaldo. But my opinion means nothing. Let me know down below what you guys think of Navas. Let's move on and talk about strikers and another big name that's been linked to Nottingham Forest, which is Zapata from Atalanta. Does that rhyme? A little bit. Anyway, Zapata was one of the hottest properties a couple of years ago, being linked with all kinds of major clubs left, right, and centre, but stayed at Atalanta. However, there is huge talks that he is going to leave, and Forest are one of the ones that are heavily linked to him. Do I like this move? I kind of do. Look, we talked about getting some Wood yesterday, but for me, if I had to choose between Zapata and Wood, it'd be Zapata every time. He brings a different element to that striker position. He's nimble, he's fast, he is old though, he's getting to like 31, 32. I would like to see us linked to some younger big names, maybe a Tammy Abraham. Well, we have been linked to him, but I'd like a stronger link on it. People of that ilk for me, I would like to see. But is he better than what we've got? Is always for me the baseline question, comparing him to Surridge and Awoni. And my answer on this would have to be yes in this instance. I wouldn't have said it to Wood about Awoni, but Zapata compared to Awoni, yes. I mean, with Surridge, it's a given on both of them. But anyway, so for me, I'm not against this one, I've got to say. And I'd kind of like it to happen. And don't forget as well, having been at Atlanta, he knows Freuler very well. They've played together, they understand each other's games, and you start to get these connections on the pitch, which will help with gelling. So that's why I don't mind it too much. Look at Scarpina coming in, and look at Danilo coming in knowing Scarpina. You're going to see some nice links there. We could have the same thing with Freuler and Zapata if he was to come in. Now the question is, if he does come in, where will he play? I know it sounds weird, but he is a striker. But we've seen Awoni playing on the left wing. And we've seen a false nine implemented quite a lot this season. So is this a sign? Is this a good sign that Cooper is contemplating putting an out-and-out number 9 up front? Potentially. We'll let you know how this one develops. So keep tuned in to Forest Fan TV. Okay, so over the last few days and week, we've been throwing quite a few names at you. So I'm going to do like a general update and tell you what's most likely at the moment in terms of strength of links. I'll put it down to a big 4, or well, a 4, should I say, that Forest are actively talking about. Number 1 is obviously Zapata that we've just mentioned. The other one that still is really high up the list is Danjuma. And for me, he is my number 1 target from the ones we've had linked. I think he's outstanding. I think he would bring an element to Nottingham Forest that we would just love. He would be brilliant. He really would. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm kind of going to go off on my MG Dub rant on him that I did in the summer. Really wanting MG Dub and also OR. I still want OR. But anyway, for me, priority 1 now from everything. And obviously, I still want a centre-back. That is my priority. But I'm talking about from what we've been linked to. Danjuma is my number 1 choice out of the 4. Now the 4 are Zapata, Chris Wood, Danjuma, and Zaniolo, the Roma guy. It's early. I can't speak right now. It's early. Those are the 4. So out of those 4 guys and girls, which one is the one you would most like to see at Nottingham Forest? Now, Danjuma for me isn't exactly what we need. I know a lot of you are going to say we've got plenty of wingers and everything. But it's a bit like the whole Danilo thing. Danilo was never my priority signing, but as soon as we got linked to him, I got very excited by him. And just remember, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan. And you flash these shiny new toys at me, and I'm just going to want them. I'm like my 4-year-old daughter. You give her a nice new Barbie doll, and she forgets her old toys, and all she wants to do is play with the new one. That's literally me when it comes to these football players. So, bring in Danilo. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Greek father. But now that you've shown us, a little bit of cleavage with Danjuma, I want him. So bring him in, man. Bring him in. You can do it, Greek father. Whatever you want, you buy. and you buy it for us. So he would be my number one choice out of the four. But then I would say out of the other three, it would go in this ranking order. Zapata would be my second choice because obviously he's a striker. Zaniolo, he worries me because of his injury record. He's very injury prone. He hasn't been the same player since he's come back from his most recent injury, but he is quite young and has plenty of room to develop. But the word injury sends shivers down my spine when it comes to us currently at Nottingham Forest. And my least favoured choice would be Chris Wood. We don't need any more Wood in that Forest for me. But let me know down below, guys, what you think. Unbelievably, we have been live every single day since the launch of Forest Fan TV back on Boxing Day. So from the 26th of December, there has been a live show every single night, as well as at least 1 or 2 daily videos. We really hope you've been enjoying the content, and we've been loving your feedback, your questions, your both positive and, critical feedback. That's what we want to hear from you guys. So hopefully you've started to see some of the stuff that's going to be coming on FFTV, but this is only the beginning. We have so much lined up. We have so many think tank sessions and everything going on, and we've got stuff being put into production right now for you guys to see. But tonight, breaking news, is going to be the first night where we have no live stream lined up. Wow, it's been a hell of a roller coaster, and I kind of feel bad. I kind of just might go live for a minute just so we don't break the streak. But all streaks must come to an end. Fear not, however, we are back live tomorrow. We've got a special episode for you members kicking off at 6 p.m. where we'll be talking to Craig Brumfield about Brian Clough and his story with him. You will not want to miss that. The rest of you guys who aren't members, you will get that a day or two later, so you won't miss out. But we've got to treat those members with a little bit of specialty. So if you want to become a member, it's only 99p. Just hit the join button down below, and that will give you access to that and obviously the podcast from yesterday. Speaking of podcasts, Grumpy Old Men is back. Episode number 6 was released this morning. So if you want more Forest content, go click on the link tree down below. Pick the podcast provider of your choice, be it Apple, Spotify, or Google, and go have a listen to us 3 grumpy old gits chatting Nottingham Forest. We'll be back later if any breaking news breaks. But until then, guys, if you don't mind hitting that like button before you leave, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and as I mentioned about membership, it is much, much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later, and come on, you Reds.